Welcome to TradingView. This is the trading platform that you're going to be using when it comes to your analysis. Now, this is a great platform. It's perfect for beginners and it's perfect for the experts out there. It's an all-in-one platform for your analysis, news. You can see different brokers on here, the different type of markets, including the stock market, the futures market, the forex market. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see products, community, markets, brokers, and more on here. The first thing that you need to do is launch your super charts. I'm going to take you straight to the super charts. This is all that you need. Okay, now this is what my chart looks like, but I want to see if I can get the default chart on here. Okay, so we're going to apply defaults real quick, just because I want you guys to see what it's going to look like on your screen. Okay, so this is what TradingView looks like in all its glory. I just zoomed in on my chart a little bit so that you can see everything. But up here you have something called time frames. Now what you can do is favorite these time frames that I have by just clicking the little golden star. That'll favorite it and that'll keep it up at the top for you. So I have my 15, 30 hour, 4 hour, day, week, and month highlighted as my favorites, and they will pop up here so that I can easily access them. Next is the way that you're going to see your chart. So here, if you click on here, it's going to show you your candlesticks, and then when you click on here, it's going to show you lines. Now this is something that I use every now and then, and I may or may not show you going into this course, but lines is really good because it kind of just helps with the noise. So I really like using lines every now and then. Next to that is going to be your indicators, and these are the only indicators that you are going to need. And this is your beginner indicators. As you move on in your trading journey, I believe that you can trade with no indicators at all. It's something that I do. Sometimes I like to pop these up here so that I can explain things and get clarity, give clarity. But moving forward in your trading career, you probably won't need these. But these are the three: fractals, pivot points, high, low, and sessions. I'm going to click on this for you because I want you to get the right ones. So it's Fractals by Rachel T. Pivot point, high, low. As soon as you type it in, it should be the first one that pops up. And then Sessions by JRFX. And you can type them up here and then do the same thing, favorite them. So that way, when you hit this drop box, it's going to always show out. Next, you just have like your templates. This is my template that I had previously. You won't really need to use this. Then you have your alerts. This is where you can get text messages to your phone or even emails to your email about what price is doing. And here you can click what symbol you want, what the price is doing, and then if it's crossing up, down, greater than, less than a number, and then you can click the value. You can trigger it. I would trigger it either only once or every time, and then you can set an expiration date. You can also add the message. You can add a message on here that will pop up whenever the alert triggers. So you can click something, you can type in something like buy soon so that you can have that in your mind. And then, yeah, like I said, you can notify it in the app. You can send an email to yourself, or you can send a plain text message to yourself. So one of the good things that you can have. Next is the replay tool. And replay tool is essentially you looking at previous data and playing it out as it is, as if it was happening in real time. So I just click back to a random day, and down here you can either select the bar, play it, fast forward, control the speed of how it plays out. So I love the replay tool. It's something that I used a lot when I was back testing and analyzing the markets, kind of using it for like homework purposes and practice purposes. So let's say I'm thinking that the market is going to buy. Based off of what I'm seeing, I would play it and then see if I'm right or not. based off of my personal analysis. So this is great for beginners to use. I always tell every single one of my students to use the back testing tool to practice your analysis and practice your trades. You can do this any time of the day. So one of my favorite things that I love to do when I was started off is when the markets were closed, I was back testing. I was using this tool and I was going back in time and trying to analyze what I was seeing and then playing it out to see if I was correct or not. So that is the replay tool. Over here on the left, you're going to have all the other tools that TradingView has. These are my favorites, okay? So you have the trend line, and that's essentially just going to let you draw a trend line. You have the rectangle, and I use this for a lot of my support and resistance. Actually, this box is never that color. So let me change my color real quick, okay? If I click on it, it'll give me the option to play around with the color. I usually like my box a little gray, like that. So this is how I mark off my support and resistance levels using this box. And then I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna click on it and then click the little three little dot, and then I'm either gonna clone it. I can also hit Control and drag. And that's just how I can do the control and drag, see if that works. Yep, that's how I get my boxes, and I like to mark off my support and resistance levels with the boxes. Okay, the next one that I like to use is this is for my short position. So if I think the market is selling, I'm going to click this and I'm going to anticipate where or how long the trade is going to play out. Now my colors are different. I think yours might be the default. Let's just apply the default. Yeah, it's going to be red and green, but I like to change my colors because it helps with my psychology. I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute, but this is a short position tool. It's essentially telling you where your stop loss and your take profit's going to be, and then it has some awesome data on here telling you what your risk reward ratio is, your P&L, how many ticks, how many ticks is your risk, how many ticks is your reward. It's a great tool to use. And when I place trades on my broker, I also make sure that annotate it on here on TradingView where I entered and where my potential exit is going to be. Okay, next is the crosshair, and it's just helping me to move my chart around. Next is the ray. I don't really use this, but if I want to highlight a certain area, I use it. You can add text to it, and you can put like high. Oh, sorry, this is a low. You can put anything that you want to kind of identify where it is. And I actually want to put this in the middle. And yep, here we go. So now when I look at my chart, I can see that I have something that is marked low here, and you can really put whatever you want here. Next is my arrow tool, and I love this thing. It kind of helps me just mark out where the market has been, where the market is going. It's just a nice drawing tool to have. I use it all the time. Next I have my array, which I don't use that often, but array is essentially an extended version of the trend line. It never ends. Okay, so this ray is going to go off into the abyss, and I don't really use it that often, but it's still a great tool to have. This is the long position, so let me apply the defaults really quick. This is when I want to buy. So I'm going to place a trade. I'm going to drag my stop where this is the level where I'm going to exit my trade. This is the level where I'm going to exit the trade if it's in profit. That's called your long position. Then I have my circle. I like to use this when I'm annotating highs and lows of the market, or resistance and supports in the market as well. Kind of just helps me visually see whatever's going on. Then is my horizontal line. I like to use these for key levels. And then you have your text. I can write anything that I want and make sure that it's on my screen. And then this is one of my favorite tools as well. It's called the fib retracement. Now the fib retracement is used to see when anticipated pullbacks will be. So we can go over that later, but it's a great tool to use, and clearly it's a great tool to use because it's not my favorite. And then it's the arrow. I like to use this as well when it comes to my analysis. I'll even show you an example here. I have an arrow right here annotating that, the market's going down. So when price crosses under here, I am looking for sells. And so those are my favorites. And once you click through them, you can favorite them here on the side, as I've done here. Okay, so you can favorite these ones if you would like, but I highly suggest playing around with TradingView, seeing what you like. And as you go on in your trading career and you start to use these tools, you will see which ones you gravitate more towards. These are just mine, so that I don't have to click through the tools list all the time. Then you have your magnets. You can either choose a weak magnet or strong magnet. And essentially what this does is when you're using your lines, it helps you kind of annotate where to put it. It's like a strong pull instead of guesstimating. It just helps you with more precision, I would say. Then you have your keep drawing tool. If you click this, you will be able to use all of those tools without having to click and then click out, and then click and then click out. So great tool to use, locking all the drawings and then hiding all the drawings, and then I've never used this before, and then removing all the drawings. So which example did I just do? If I want to remove all my drawings, I'm going to click on the trash can, and I'm going to remove these 3 drawings, and now my chart is clean. Now, I want you guys to be able to customize your chart. I think it's super important when it comes to psychology, and let me show you how to do that really quickly. So when you right click, you're going to click down at settings, and the first thing that pops up is this symbol area. Now, I highly suggest that you change your body and your wicks and your border colors, because when I see red, I think price is going to sell, and that makes me scared. And if I'm in a buy position and I see red, it just messes with my head. Okay, so what I've done is I have a few templates on here just depending on how I'm feeling. I've named them, and I have different colors associated with these different templates that I believe just work with my personality and my psychology. So as you can see here, all of my red candles have turned black because black doesn't scare me. It's a neutral color. It doesn't freak me out when I see it. And I'm still able to identify these are selling candles. And my purple candles have been turned into my green candles, aka the market is going up. And I like the color purple. So this is just one of the colors that I have on here. Now, what are these things that I've been talking about called candlesticks? Okay, candlesticks represent, based off of the time, buying and selling in the market. So let's go really quick back to the default, because you probably haven't changed your colors yet. Okay, this green candle here indicates that price has moved up. Okay, and with the green candles, price moved all the way up here, and these little long sticks attached to these candlesticks are called wicks. Wicks just indicate price movement, but it doesn't mean price strength. The strength is in the body of the candle. Okay, price has moved up and down, and we're on the hour time frame. So within 1 hour, price opened. It opened here at the bottom, moved all the way up here, even to up here, but then it closed here at 4,000, this psychological level. Then when you look at a red candle, that means price has sold within that period of time, which we're on the hour chart. So price opened up here at the top, sold all the way down, even to here where the wick is. Even to here where the wick is, and then it ended up closing right here. It closed right here, and then the next candle opened up, and then within an hour it did this, and then the next candle price did this, and so on and so forth. So these are called candlesticks. If you guys want, I'll have, you know, extra resources available if you want to look into this, but this is just movement of the market within that certain time frame. So whenever I click the 4 hour, now these candlesticks represent 4 hours worth of time that has passed. When I click daily, that means it's been a whole entire day. Okay, this was yesterday. So yesterday's price movement, we opened up here at the top at 9:39, and then we moved all the way down here for the wick. Oops, let me clone that. We moved all the way down here, but we ultimately closed here. Does that make sense? And then the next day, which is the day that we're currently on, and we have 25 minutes left of the day, opened here, went all the way up there, and is getting ready to find an area to close. Hope that makes sense. So this is TradingView. Also on TradingView, you have something called a watch list. Now, let's go back to the home screen. I want to show you guys how to build your watch list, okay? So on the home screen, you're going to see something at the top that says search. Now, these are the symbols that TradingView has: stocks, funds, futures, Forex, crypto, indices, and so on and so forth. I'm trading Forex, so I'm going to stick on the Forex tab. And these are the different type of broker charts that we can see. They are all different, and you will have your favorites, okay? I started off with the Oanda charts. Now I moved on to the Forex.com charts because I like the way that the data looks and the data reads in accordance with my broker. But just pick something, right? I have some of these highlighted here because I've added them to my watch list, which is over here. Okay, so pick something that you think you're going to want to trade. Now, if you're doing research, then that's great. You can pick what you have already kind of guesstimated, but I'll also add some resources on there on the things that I like to trade, the things that I think are worth trading when it comes to Forex, and that'll make you a little bit more money because of the liquidity. There are slower markets, and then they are faster markets. So if you want some of those faster markets to trade with, I will have them included in the resources. So let's click out of this really quick and go over here, which is my watch list. So I'm going to click randomly on the first one, and then it shows me that it's the British pound versus the Japanese yen. I'm using the Oanda chart. Let's change that. Let's change that. I don't want to use the Oanda chart. Okay, I'm using the Forex.com chart now. And when I scroll down, it'll show me all the data in line form here, and it'll show me the movement based off the day all the way to 5 years and then all time. It'll show me where it opened and where the previous close is and where the range has been for today. It's not showing me the volume, but it tells me a little bit about it. So it's the British pound versus the Japanese yen, and it says it's even highly volatile, which is one of the reasons why I like to trade it. It'll show me the related currencies, and one of the beautiful things about TradingView is that it has a community aspect to it. Now, this is something that I do not pay attention to because I believe that it is a distraction, but as a beginner, I love to go on the community forum and see what other opinions were. But still, it's important to form your own analysis. And then it even has the news, which in the previous section I talked about the economic and political data that contributes to the movement of the markets. So this is just really good information. Really good information. I highly suggest you just look through it, play around with TradingView, and then when I click on full chart, it'll take me back to the chart screen that we previously were at, and it's showing me on an hour time frame what is currently going on with this currency pair. Okay, so this is my watch list over here for this week. Now this is not everything that I trade. I don't trade all of these at once, I should say, but they are things that I do like to trade, and so I have them on my watch list. When I scroll down, it's going to show me that same data that it was showing me on the other screen. And yeah, that's TradingView. So if you want to go ahead and change your colors, I highly suggest you doing that. Take some time, and here are the rest of my settings if you want to go ahead and screenshot this and just make sure that everything matches up with yours. And that's TradingView. Okay, so we are gonna go into more stuff in the more up and coming videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.